So in NBA news, the Los Angeles Lakers have just hired and found their new coach, and their new coach is JJ Redick. They signed him to a 4-year deal. Ironically, JJ Redick is hosting a podcast called the Mind Your Game podcast alongside LeBron James. When this was first announced that he was one of the candidates for being possibility the head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers earlier this month, a lot of people said that when he went in for an interview, I'm pretty sure he also talked to the players of the Los Angeles Lakers. There were several published reports that suggest that a lot of the players didn't dig his vibe. They say that he comes off as a know-it-all, and I tend to agree with that. I have watched JJ Redick on ESPN. He does come off as a know-it-all. He's pro player. He's definitely pro player. We're gonna get into this. It seems like this news has flipped the basketball world. You got some hardcore Los Angeles Lakers fans that don't agree with this hire. You have LeBron James stands that's trying to basically talk around this hire, sell this hire, and you just got casual basketball fans. They're casual basketball fans. They're going to agree with whatever is floating in the NBA circles. It's they're not going to put a lot of thought into it. They haven't put in a lot of years supporting basketball. They just recently picked up basketball. Of course, they're going to like this move. Me personally, and a lot of people are saying that if Kobe Bean Bryant and Jeanie Buss were still alive, this move wouldn't even happen. Well, I'll be perfectly honest with you guys. I don't even think LeBron James coming to Los Angeles would have happened. Okay, if we're gonna be fair about it, God rest their souls. People are expecting Shaquille O'Neal and Magic Johnson to put some input in this decision. They haven't. They sort of kind of talked around the circles of it. And there's a lot of people that just don't like this move. All right. One is JJ Redick. Two, JJ Redick has no bit of credibility when it comes to being a head coach. He hasn't went through the rankings. He hasn't, JJ Redick hasn't even coached an AAU game. Okay. Now, if you go into NBA history, this ain't the first time that someone got announced to be a head coach and had no coaching experience. What do I think about it? Here's what I think about it. On the outside looking in, I'm not a huge Los Angeles Lakers fan. I'm not saying I don't like the franchise. I'm just not a huge Los Angeles Lakers fan. I like LeBron James. Okay. I don't think he's better than Michael Jordan, but I like LeBron James. I kind of sort of I'm lukewarm on JJ Redick as, being, as far as working at ESPN and podcasting and things. I think he's got a knack for that, analysts and things of that nature. However, here's my input on this decision. Jeanie Buss, there were no other candidates other than JJ Redick that was interested in becoming the head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers, because if that is the case, then the state of the Los Angeles Lakers is not in good standing. Okay. I feel like there are a lot of coaches in collegiate and in the past, in as far as becoming head coaches in the NBA as former players or they were assistants or they were former head coaches at some other destination. It just did not work out. It just goes to show any any credible individual that has coaching experience both in the college and in professional rankings don't want to touch the Los Angeles Lakers job. It seems like there are a lot of prominent people that played in the NBA that wanting to take the next step as far as being a coach, like Rondo, are not interested in the Los Angeles Lakers job. And I think I know the number one reason why nobody's interested in this job. You can sell this job. It's like trying to sell ice to an Eskimo. Nobody wants this job, dude. It's too much risk and not enough reward. High risk, below level reward. Okay, if it doesn't work out, they're gonna blame you. Okay, if it does work out, you're not gonna get a lot of credit. Everyone else is going to pass the buck on the credibility, getting credibility. Jeanie Buss, oh man, that move Jeanie Buss made for the next head coach, she was spot on with that. Oh, LeBron James is going to get the credibility. Of course, LeBron James. This is why the Los Angeles Lakers turned their fortune. Okay, Rob Pelinka. Okay, he's going to get tremendous support if this move, move the needle as far as being a very successful move. And he's not going to get any credit. So let me get this straight, Los Angeles Lakers fans. Let me get this straight, LeBron James stands. You just got through talking about Darvin Ham and why it didn't work for him because he didn't have a lot of coaching experience. That was his first stop at being a head coach. And you're going to replace him with someone who has no experience as a head coach. Darvin Ham has forgot more basketball than JJ Redick. No disrespect to JJ Redick, but if we're talking about basketball, IQ, it hasn't been determined. I think it's been predetermined that JJ Redick has a high, basketball IQ. But me personally, on the outside looking in, I think Darvin Ham has more basketball IQ than JJ Redick. It's been proven when he coached the Los Angeles Lakers. That's going to remain to be seen. We're going to have to wait. We have to give JJ Redick a full basketball calendar year before we can announce to the world whether or not he's qualified for the job or he has a high IQ or whatever. He's going to get his lumps in. But it just goes to show what type of predicament the Los Angeles Lakers find themselves. Because just having LeBron James, just having AD, just being the Los Angeles Lakers, just being in Los Angeles is just not good enough for, a coach who has coaching experience. A coach who have successful experience. It's just not enough, fam. I don't know if people are reading the tea leaves, but the NBA, it's the landscape has changed. Veterans are not running the NBA. This is a young man's league. And if you look at, and I know people are going to say, well, what have they done? Okay. But they're in the same demographic as the Boston Celtics. When you really look at it, in order to be in the NBA Finals, you have to pick very, very well in the NBA draft. Okay? The Boston Celtics just gave everyone the blueprint. You draft your players, you cultivate those players, and you just hold out until they figure it out, and the Boston Celtics figured it out, okay? And there are a lot of clubs that are similar like the Boston Celtics. You look at the Houston Rockets, even though they're young, I see some great things happening to the Houston Rockets. Look at the Oklahoma City Thunder. They recently made a trade to get Alex Caruso from Boston, and in return they give up I think his name is Josh Giddey. That was the guy that was in that controversy, and I'm not going to get into man's business, but at the end of the day, he just did not fit that ball club. They had so many people that they can depend on before they even depend on him. So, getting Alex Caruso for the Oklahoma City Thunder, it's going to help out the Oklahoma City Thunder tremendously, which is it's going to remain to be seen for the Bulls. That's just another player that's going to have to figure it out, with Alonzo Ball and those cats over there with the Chicago Bulls. We'll have to wait and see. I don't think that move elevates Chicago into championship status, but we'll have to wait and see. I think they'll be competitive as long as they stay healthy, okay? And if you look at the Memphis Grizzlies, now they done had they had a setback last year, but a year away from all that controversy and they're still drafting. It remains to be seen about the Memphis Grizzlies, the Sacramento Kings. I think they're aging. I think they're a little bit, past their window, but they still have some good players on that squad. So if you look at, and I know I forgot several other people, other ball clubs, I apologize, but I can't announce all of them. But if you look at the landscape, it's a young man's league. Nobody is not giving up. Now these teams are holding to dear life with these draft picks. Okay? They're not just giving them away just to get a Kevin Durant. They're not just giving them away to get a LeBron James or an AD. Okay? The landscape has changed. Now, I think that's the biggest reason why the Los Angeles Lakers can't get a coach from the collegiate era, the collegiate field that's very successful in the college ranking, and you're not getting a head coach that's doing well at one organization saying, you know what, if I was with the Los Angeles Lakers and if I had that ball club and if I had that roster, I would do X, Y, and Z to that roster. Assistant coaches who never even gotten an opportunity to become a head coach doesn't even want this job. It just goes to show how far down the Los Angeles Lakers have become. The old adage, y'all know my old adage. I said this, last year, 2 years ago, and 3 years ago about the Los Angeles Lakers. The Los Angeles Lakers are a somewhat of above 500 team. They're too good to lose all their games, to run roughshod on just drafting, getting high draft picks, and getting players to that organization, young players to that organization. And they're not good enough to win an NBA title. They're in that 500 era, and in that 500 demographic. And I think they're slipping. I think they're even below 500. And I don't know how their draft capital is. I don't know if they are going to get a draft pick next year. But obviously, this Dan Hurley, when there was interest of Hurley becoming the head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers, I don't think his name is Dan, but I know his last name is Hurley. And they were talking about the possibility of him doing it. And then people were trying to sell why the Lakers are interested in this coach. And when I saw interest in it, I already knew that it had to go one or two. There's one of two reasons why he's thinking about the Lakers, or he's putting his name in the hat to become head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers. He's going to use the Los Angeles Lakers as capital so he can go back to his college, to the university, and say, look what the Los Angeles Lakers are giving me. If y'all can match that or give me more, I will stay. And that's exactly what happened. He just used the Los Angeles Lakers as leverage to build his portfolio with the university. Or if he did pick the job, that move would have been, okay, we're looking for the future. We're about to close the door on the LeBron James AD era. Hopefully we're not good enough and we can get we're trading for draft picks and things of that nature. We're building for the future. All right. If he would have gotten the job, but obviously he did not want the job. Nobody wants this job. Okay. And that's why they had to recycle and go back to JJ Redick. Nobody wants this job. Okay. Because there's nothing there other than LeBron James and AD, and they can't play forever. Okay. Plus, the constant criticism you're going to get for getting this job. You get all this criticism, and we can't even get to the NBA Finals because we're just not good enough. All right? That's ultimately what it boils down to with the Los Angeles Lakers. So why not? Why not give JJ Redick an opportunity to be the head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers? What else you have to lose? You really have nothing to lose, okay? And that's it. I mean, everyone can hate on this decision. Everyone can put logic and reason behind this decision. Everyone can say he didn't deserve it. Now, I think Stephen A. Smith said on ESPN or on his YouTube channel that, he's trying to make it a racial thing that, why y'all not, LeBron, AD, why y'all not supporting a black, a black coach to be the coach of the Los Angeles Lakers? What prominent black coach wants to be the head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers? Who wants that headache? I don't care black, white, or indifferent. Who wants that job? That has to be the worst job, close to the worst job in the NBA landscape. Okay, I don't know, maybe the Detroit Pistons, but I think a prominent coach would take that Detroit Pistons job and say, you know what, they do have talent. Let me see what I can do with it for like 2 years. If it doesn't work out, hey, at least I got my money. Monty Williams was only the head coach for the Detroit Pistons for 1 year, and he's out of there. But I think that has more to do with, the organization didn't feel like that was the right fit. Obviously, you got all that young talent. You either need a young coach that will identify with them, or a coach in the college rankings that you want to make a head coach of for the Detroit Pistons that can grow and cultivate with this young talent you have with the Detroit Pistons. And I think that's the direction they're going with that. But if y'all want to say the Detroit Pistons is the worst job, okay, fine. But look at the future of the Detroit Pistons versus the future of the Los Angeles Lakers. Now, the Los Angeles Lakers can turn it all around. Yes, I do know that. It's a popular destination. A lot of players want to be traded to the Los Angeles Lakers. But what does the Los Angeles Lakers have to offer in return of trades? Okay. Obviously, they have nothing nobody wants, okay? People will say, what about AD? I don't think trading AD is going to get you a multitude of draft picks. I just think it it will complete a trade. Okay? But the pieces are not going to make the Los Angeles Lakers any better than besides the predicament that they find themselves currently in. LeBron James is not getting traded. Let's just go ahead and just forget that. Jeanie Buss would not allow it. LeBron James does have some type of influence with that organization. It won't happen. And as long as and this is the biggest play, and I don't understand why people don't see this. This is a basketball decision that's not going to, but this decision is not going to benefit the Los Angeles Lakers. Clearly, this is a decision to get LeBron James' son drafted by the Lakers so he can play alongside LeBron James for like what, 1, maybe 2 years, and then he's out of there, and then JJ Redick has to deal with the fallout with whatever's left with the Los Angeles Lakers with Bronny James. What if the Los Angeles Lakers suck so bad they get the number 1 pick and the number 1 pick doesn't want to play with Bronny James? Or what if, they're talking about trading to get better and they don't mind trading Bronny James? Okay, I feel like all this is going to happen as soon as LeBron go ahead. I think LeBron got 2 more years, possibly, maybe 1, and he's up out of there. Okay? So, yeah, that's all I got for today. Guys, tell me what you think. I will see you guys in the next video. Deuces.